Have you ever been in that really excruciatingly painful spot where someone close, maybe a partner, or even their family, just makes you feel completely insecure? Like your confidence just tanks, hits an all-time low, and maybe you feel stuck. You know, your own support system, your family, they live miles away, so you're just left feeling lonely and kind of trapped.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. Really isolating.
Well, we actually got a message from a listener describing exactly that. Feeling at her absolute lowest, couldn't leave because her family was so far away, and just feeling incredibly lonely and attached.
It's such a common and painful dynamic.
So today, that's what we're diving deep into. Our mission here is to really unpack what you can do when someone is like actively trying to make you feel insecure about yourself.
Right.
Doesn't matter who it is, parents, friends, romantic partners. We're going to pull out some, hopefully, really practical, powerful insights from our sources, ideas that could actually change how you handle these challenging dynamics.
Absolutely. And it's such an important topic because it really touches the core of, self-worth and what healthy relationships should even look like.
Yeah.
And the source material we're using today, it offers some pretty unique, very direct perspectives. Quite refreshing, actually.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's unpack this whole making you feel insecure thing. What's actually happening?
Yeah.
What kind of insults are we talking about here? Are they going after your intelligence, looks? What is it?
Well, what's fascinating, and the source really highlights this, is the core idea that most insults, they're actually projections.
Projections. Okay.
Yeah, projections of the insulter's own insecurity. It's like a defense mechanism almost. They're putting their own unwanted feelings or traits onto someone else.
Ah, okay. So it's not really about the person they're insulting.
Often, no. It's about them. And the source has these really vivid personal stories to illustrate this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. There's this story about a high school friend, right, who, when she felt really insecure herself, she'd go leave like very nasty comments on Instagram models' pictures.
Exactly.
And she actually admitted it. Said it made her feel better, thinking they'd go to bed feeling bad, too. That whole misery love company thing.
Right. But the key part, the realization she had later,
was that when someone comments something that is their own projection, that part really hit me.
it's powerful, isn't it? And there's another example, even more personal from the speaker. She talked about a time when she was deep in her struggles with an eating disorder, or ED.
Right.
And she found herself judging people she saw as overweight. But that behavior completely vanished once she healed.
Wow. So her judgment was directly tied to her own struggle at the time.
Precisely. It just drives home that point. When someone says something to you, they're just revealing how they feel about themselves.
So the big takeaway here for you listening is if someone's insulting your intelligence, looks, weight, whatever it is, and there's like no reason for it, it's almost certainly a reflection of their issues, their insecurities, not really about you.
Exactly. But knowing that intellectually is a one thing, how do you stop those comments from actually hurting, from landing?
Right. How do you build resilience?
Well, the source puts a lot of emphasis on this. You have to find yourself again, know who you are. That's the foundation.
I like the metaphor the source uses for this. It says, your boat has to be stable first.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because if you really know who you are deep down, then no one can shake or rock your boat. It's like the source says, someone cannot tell you, hey, you're purple when you know you're not purple.
Huh. Right. It just sounds absurd because you know your own truth.
Exactly. It has no power over you.
And the practical result of having that strong sense of self, those insults, those attempts to destabilize you, they just will go one ear in, other ear out.
They don't stick.
They don't stick. So the source really encourages this kind of self-reflection, asking yourself, what do you genuinely like? What do you love about yourself?
Yeah, and how do you treat yourself day to day? What are your hobbies, your passions, things that define you outside of anyone else's opinion?
It really boils down to how well do you actually know yourself, independent of all the external noise.
Okay, so you understand insults are often projections. You've started working on that inner strength, that stable boat. What's next? How do you actually respond in the moment? This is where setting boundaries comes in, right?
Absolutely crucial. And the source is incredibly clear on this point. Never allow anyone to talk down on you, period.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The source emphasizes why it's so important to shut it down the very first time it happens.
Yes. Because the insight here is that toxic people don't get nicer down the line.
Oof.
They just see how far they can go. If you forgive too easily or just let it slide that first time, that's an in for them to get worse and worse. They basically learn that it's okay, that they can get away with it, and it escalates.
So what do? The source actually lays out 2 pretty direct options for that immediate response.
Right. Option 1 is basically either you cut it from there and you're like, okay, get out, enough.
So end the conversation, leave the room, maybe even end the relationship right then and there if it's severe enough. Just remove yourself.
Exactly. Create immediate distance. Or option 2, which is, well, quite confrontational.
Yeah. The source suggests you can make them suffer and you make them learn their lesson so they never repeat it again.
It describes these very specific passive-aggressive counter-insults. They're quite something.
Okay, give us an example.
All right, so if someone says something like, you don't look good today, or straight up, you're ugly.
Wow, okay.
The suggested comeback is, thank you, but you know I love to look at you. And every day you just give me inspiration to feel confident. Because if you look like that and you can be confident, then I can too.
Whoa, that's a chirp. Turning it right back on them under a veil of fake politeness.
Very sharp. Or another one, if a boyfriend is making you feel ugly, the script is, oh my God, really? You know what's so confusing to me, though? Every time I send a picture of you to the group chat of my friends, they just laugh at me, and I don't understand what they mean by that. Can you explain to me why they laugh at your picture? Like, they literally tell me always that you're so ugly, but I don't get it. Why do you think they say that?
Okay, that is intense. Playing dumb while delivering a major insult disguised as confusion.
Exactly. It's designed to make them feel the sting they were trying to inflict.
It's certainly a tactic for immediate pushback. But, the speaker herself kind of reflects on this approach, doesn't she?
She does. She basically asks, are you going to spend your whole life doing this? Be passive G and act like a bimbo that you don't understand anything and just insult these people back.
Right. Or do you eventually just realize, you know what, these people are not worth my energy?
And that thought leads directly to the ultimate strategy, the long-term solution.
Which is?
Unequivocal. Walk away, honey, walk away.
Simple as that. But often so hard to do.
Oh, absolutely. But the source is really emphatic. It says things like, you will find much better than him, and describes the person making you feel bad as the bare minimum. He's under the bare minimum. He's in hell.
Wow. Strong words.
Very strong. But the message is clear. You don't have to stay in that hell. The source says you can create heaven for yourself.
And that really loops back to self-worth, doesn't it? Like the source says, if someone has to insult you to bring you down, you're already above them.
Exactly. You're already operating on a higher level if their only tool is to try and diminish you.
It makes you ask that tough question the source poses. Look at the people you guys are surrounding yourself with. If these people don't grow you, why are you there? What are you actually getting out of this relationship?
And that ties into that really powerful quote, we accept the love that we think we deserve.
Yes, that one always hits hard.
It does. And the source uses it to challenge you, the listener, directly. Why do you think this is the best you can do? Do you really think that low of yourself?
It's a wake-up call, isn't it? To examine your own beliefs about what you deserve in relationships.
A profound wake-up call.
And the source adds this layer of urgency, too, especially for younger listeners. It says, you're young, you're in your 20s. Maybe you think you have time,
But down the line, you'll be 60 stuck with this person if you don't leave now.
that's terrifying. The idea of decades passing in a situation that diminishes you.
And the warning gets even starker. Some people don't make it out alive. Now, that could mean different things, but the emotional, mental, even spiritual toll, it can be devastating.
Absolutely.
So the core message becomes incredibly powerful. Value yourself, protect yourself. No one is going to do that for you. You have to be your own advocate.
Yeah. And a true partner or friend or even supportive family, they should be doing the opposite of tearing you down.
Right. They should hype you up, make you feel like the king and queen on earth, as the source puts it. They should build you up, not break you down.
So if they're not doing that...
There's just no benefit in staying. None.
Okay, so valuing yourself means leaving. But what if you feel trapped, like that listener who felt stuck because her family was far away? How do you actually do it?
Yeah.
The source gets practical here, right? It talks about an exit plan.
Yes, very practical steps. And crucially, step 1 is don't tell anything to the toxic person. Don't announce your plans.
Just act. Okay, so what are the actions?
It's about asking yourself key questions. First, How can I make money? How can I save up money to live on my own?
Right, focusing on financial independence, even small steps.
Exactly. Exploring options, side hustles, online work, saving diligently, building that cushion, and then addressing the loneliness factor. How can I make friends so I feel less lonely, so I have at least a community around me?
Building a support network outside of that toxic situation, that's huge.
Huge. The source even suggests looking for shared experiences, asking, can I find other room that also have been in an abusive relationship? Finding people who understand can be incredibly validating and supportive.
So it's about quietly building these foundations, financial, social.
Yes. The goal, as the source describes it, is that slowly, slowly you're just moving out, and then one day he comes home and all of your stuff is gone.
Wow, the quiet escape.
Because, and this is a harsh truth from the source, a toxic person will not miss you. They will just find another victim. That's it, because that's who you are to them, a victim.
Ouch. That's brutal, but probably important to hear if you're hoping they'll change or miss the real you.
It's a reality check. They're focused on their need, not on you as a person.
But there's a flip side to leaving, isn't there? A way to reframe the loss.
Yeah, a really powerful reframing. The source says, you have to understand, not everyone you lose is a loss. A lot of times it's a gain.
A gain, I like that. Letting go of something harmful is gaining peace, gaining space for something better.
Precisely. And the speaker shares her own perspective, looking back at people from her past who were perhaps difficult or toxic. She says she's now very happy that all of them are gone.
Not because she hates them, but
because she recognizes they were what I needed to grow and I needed to learn at that time. They served a purpose, taught a lesson.
so it wasn't a loss, it was a lesson.
Exactly. It wasn't a loss, it was a lesson, and I'm grateful for those lessons. But the key is, once the lesson is learned, you move on. You don't linger where there's no respect.
Don't stay enrolled in a class you've already passed.
Perfect analogy. Time to graduate.
So it all comes back to recognizing your power.
Yeah.
The source really wants you to remember, just know that you're the queen on earth and you can get anything you want if you set your mind to it. Especially if you have pure intentions and a good heart. You deserve people around you who will reflect that goodness back.
You absolutely do.
So, wow. We've covered a lot. From seeing insults as projections to building that inner stability, that unshakable boat,
Right.
to drawing those firm boundaries, and then ultimately the huge act of self-value, which is planning your exit and walking away.
It's a whole journey of reclaiming your power and self-worth.
I mean,
So maybe a final thought for you, our listener, to take away and mull over, building on all this. If it's true that the people you surround yourself with reflect how you see yourself, your perceived self-worth, what's one brave first step, maybe even a small one that you could take, like today, to start attracting relationships that genuinely lift you up, that make you feel like the king or queen you truly deserve to be?
that's a powerful question to sit with. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.